Okay, so looks like I am live. I'm just trying to check. I got my laptop, which I'm doing this on. There's Sherry. Um, so my laptop I'm broadcasting from, and then I'm looking at my other computer where I got YouTube and Facebook open. And it looks like I'm broadcasting on there too. Let me just try real quick. So yeah, this is the second attempt at trying to do a dual broadcast between Facebook and YouTube. Like I said, the last 2 weeks have been very productive, even though I haven't been able to do as much public ministry. I've been trying to learn a lot about how, yeah, there we go. I'm on Facebook too. So hoping that I could get this to work for tomorrow because, as you know, I've been doing the streaming with uh, 6 other priest brothers. We've been doing this every Sunday since this thing started. So awesome. So yeah, so I just came across this article yesterday. It looks like the bug is getting closer to us. I think the nearest case for us is about Kearney or North Platte, which is 2.5 hours from here. But Grand Island, which is about 3 hours from here, just had a surge in cases the other day. Looks like 10 beef plant workers have been infected with the bug. 41 altogether. So, yeah, the thing is coming. Again, I know this sucks right now. Especially going into the most holy week of the year, we want to be able to celebrate the liturgy publicly. As I've said, I was looking at the missal this morning, trying to figure out how I'm going to do the liturgies over this week, because with the Holy Thursday, again, a lot of things go into the liturgy between washing the feet, which is going to be omitted this year, and the Eucharistic procession after the final prayer, which is also going to be omitted. See, the idea of the Triduum is one continuous liturgy from Holy Thursday into Good Friday, concluding with the Easter Vigil on Holy Saturday, Easter Vigils. So it's really going to be weird because I'm the only one here at the parish, and the Easter Vigil is very complicated between the Easter fire, which is also omitted this year, but then the numerous readings, the blessing of the baptismal water, which is not that hard. It kind of stinks because we were supposed to have somebody come into the church this year, but we're going to postpone that until after we're allowed to go out and play, I guess you could say. And it actually works out pretty good because the parish I'm in right now, the main parish, is going to host the Easter Vigil, and the person we were receiving into the church was from another parish. Well, we only can have one Easter Vigil a year, or one Easter Vigil in a day, so he was going to have to come over to our parish instead of the mission. So it works out better, I guess, this way. But we were supposed to have the Chrism Mass tomorrow or Monday in Lincoln, but that's been postponed. Just a lot of weird things happening right now. Like I said, I was supposed to go home to Iowa at Easter. There's a train station in McCook. Amtrak goes to McCook. It goes to Mount Pleasant, Iowa, which is about an hour south of my parents. But with the bug that's going on, and my parents are in their early mid 70s, I really don't want to be carrying anything to them, so I'm not going to go home for Easter. The reason that I was looking at Amtrak is because it leaves like McCook at midnight and gets into Iowa at 9:30 in the morning. So it's an overnight trip. I don't have to drive. If I drive, it used to be I went to seminary in Philadelphia, so used to drive from Lincoln to Philadelphia in 2-3 days with a little bit of time at home. Now driving 4 hours a day is just a pain, let alone 10. So I could do a Monday to a Friday trip home and then catch the train Friday night, leaving Mount Pleasant to head back to Nebraska. and get in on Saturday morning in time for the Vigil Mass Saturday evening. So who knows when I'm going to go home. Like to go home, but again, don't know when. Last time I was back to see the folks was in August. So this will be the longest that I've been away from the folks. I mean, even when I was in the seminary, you still got to come home for Christmas and Easter, even if it's only for a few days. But this is going to be a lot different. So looks like we got a few people watching. So welcome. Dan's here. Dan, I haven't seen you since college. Good to see you. Galfont's here from Brooklyn. I hope things are well there. I don't know if you're going to join us tomorrow. Hope to have you. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy that the connection between the two platforms is working. It should be interesting. Yeah, there's Dan. So yeah, so I don't know if how's everybody doing? Like I said, this is just, like I said, still weird times right now. Looking at my cat. Let's see if we can get a little picture. We'll have a little fun with this. Smile for the camera. So my cat is sitting on her perch, surprisingly not bothering me. So that's good. Yeah, Sherry, thank you. It's, I knew that when I moved out here. I knew that when I moved to Nebraska from Iowa that I would be moving away from family, and I'm fine with that. I mean, our Lord does say that whoever leaves father and mother. So I've been very content being in Nebraska, even during these tough times right now. The weird thing is, it probably will have been about a month and a half. It will probably be a month and a half since we've had the last public mass by the time this thing lifts, maybe 2 months. I don't know. So it's not like I can exactly leave right as soon as we're allowed to start traveling again, because my people who have not had communion, it's hard on them as well. As I've been saying, I was a daily mass goer for about 8 years before entering the seminary. So I know what it feels like to be going without being able to receive our Lord. It's a hard trial. It's a cross right now for people to carry. So, but yeah, I mean, it's weird. Bosco's over here. You gonna say hi to the people, Bosco? So I don't know. Not going crazy. I know that. As I've told people, I don't want to say the beauty of this all is the fact that I don't have to be up at a certain time now because the liturgy is private. So if I don't come out of this rested, it's my own darn fault. But been trying to keep a routine, and that's been pretty good. Usually the idea is waking up, roll out of bed, and go to say mass, do a holy hour, get part of my office prayed, and really that's been good. I've been very happy with that. I had started doing holy hour, Eucharistic holy hour before this started. I was going to, we were doing it before the 7:00 morning mass. And I was starting it a little bit earlier than normal because I wanted to have 1 hour of complete silence before the daily mass crowd starts to pray the rosaries. So, yeah, so I don't know. So it looks like we still got about 5 people here. Phil's here, I think. Brett's here. Good to see you. I hope things are good in Nebraska City. I saw Father Schultz's post about the liturgies during this week. I hope that things are good in Paul. I see Mark's here. So I hope the old parish is doing good. I miss everybody. Yeah. The weird thing is when I'm doing this, I'm looking at myself live on my laptop, but on my other computer, there's like a 10-second delay. So it's really weird. So, oh, Dad, I hope things are good in Philly. I was supposed to come out to Philly this summer. I actually bought my ticket to go to Philly. Got some close friends out there. We usually go down to the Jersey Shore for a week at the end of the summer. So I'm hoping this thing will be lifted because I haven't been back to Philly in 2 years. I had a chance to go to Rome 2 years ago. That was the first time I've ever been over there. I'm glad I got over there before this thing hit. And then last year, it was just, I can't remember the reasoning. There was some stuff that was going on. Might have been part of paying off Rome still, but anyway. So let's see. Yeah, so I don't know if Beth is still watching. Good to see you. I hope the kids are holding up well. Yeah. So Father Kikoli's here. Good to see you. I got to catch your live stream the other day with Heaslip and Shinstock. Like to talk to you on a few things that I'm doing myself. Again, just a reminder, we're doing the priest council tomorrow night. So the great joy that has been the priest council is it's been a chance to be able to do a live stream like this, but with about 5 other priests at the same time. So I'm using StreamYard, which allows me to have up to 6 webcams on at a time. And we can do a chat like what we're doing now. We can see people who are watching us and answer any questions that they have. And it's been therapeutic for me because, again, being by myself right now, if I go to McCook to see Father Litt or Father Breathauer, I'm staying 6 feet away from them because, again, trying to avoid contamination across, I've been on my own, they've been on their own. So, yeah, just to avoid anything, getting anybody sick. So it's been good to be able to see these priest brothers. There were Father Schultz and Father Lundberg from Arlington. Father Schultz was a year behind me, and Father Lundberg was 2 years ahead of me. Father Galfond, I don't know if he's still here or not, or if he's still watching. He's from Brooklyn, New York, and really keep them in prayer as he was telling us things are not good there. And it's New York is the epicenter. Father Sawicki, who is a priest of Harrisburg, he was in the college sim when I was there on the lower side, and he ended up doing his theology at Mount St. Mary's in Maryland. And then Father Bem, I cannot pronounce his last name, from Sioux City. So, yeah, it's been a great joy. So, anyway, I don't know who else is still here or not. Anybody want to shoot a comment, say hi? Or not. So, yeah, so I'm going to be live streaming my Palm Sunday liturgy tomorrow at 9. And then I think we'll be doing the Holy Thursday at 7, Good Friday at 3. And then I'm not going to do the Easter Vigil because, again, it's just very complicated with just one person and so much. And plus, I don't know, do you leave, the Easter Vigil begins with the lights off in the church and the Easter fire, but since we're not having an Easter fire, do you still have to have the lights of the church off? I don't know. So again, I mean, there's just so much that goes on in the Easter Vigil that I'll probably just watch the Vatican service again, you can watch that on EWTN. The other thing too would be Holy Week, watching it on EWTN, watching Archbishop Gomez. As I mentioned yesterday, he's called for us to pray the Litany of the Sacred Heart on Friday at noon or 11. I think it was 11 our time, noon Eastern. So kind of like what the Holy Father did last Friday. So yeah, I got 3 people here. I got myself watching on YouTube. So I guess unless there's any other comments, questions, or anything, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to try to do a longer stream, I think maybe Monday. One of the things that I've been involved in, as you've noticed, my channel is called Nerd Father, mostly because I'm a nerd, I'm a geek. I've been taking part in other podcasts like Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Odin's Movie Blog. Basically, a group of us that are considered to be like the fandom menace that are upset with what they've done to Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, just science fiction, comic books in general, how they've destroyed with SJW politics and stuff. So yeah, so they had a stream last night, which went for about 4 hours. Nerdrotic, Gary Beecher has a member stream, which I've been able to take part of in a few times. So I think that'll probably be happening this afternoon. Yeah, so 8 people. So that's not too bad for short notice. Anybody want to drop a comment? Oh, we got a Sherry. Looks like we got another like. So yeah, so I think one of the things I'm going to try to do is to play around with this a little bit more. I've seen people that have been a little bit more high tech with this, including music and stuff. So yeah, so just keep everybody in prayer, stay home, and until next time.